friends, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel today. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Today is completed pages video. I know I'm late. Yeah, I'm late because things got busy at the end of October, as we all know, because of Halloween and stuff. And then I was hit with COVID, and so I was trying to take it easy. I am doing better now. Still have a hard time breathing from time to time and really tired, but feeling not as groggy. Like my throat doesn't sound nearly as bad as it used to. So I want to thank all you guys that commented and gave me well wishes and sent me messages and stuff. I really appreciate the love and support. And I am going to share with you guys what I did for the month of October. So here's my little journals that I have. You guys have seen before. And my October is a pretty strong month. This is a typo. It's supposed to be 55. I miscounted right here. But I actually completed 55. Oh, it's supposed to be a 5. So I did 55 total pages. And I did 6 Buddycolors, and 16 of my books that I colored in were Color Your Hoard books. So I had never touched before. And for the month of October, I completed my very first book. I have never completed a coloring book before, so this is my very first one. Very first time I've ever completed a coloring book. So the book that I completed was the 30 Days of Cute Witches by May Yu. I will show you that at the end of the video, because I'll be showing you throughout the whole book. But I was really excited to finally complete a book, and I never thought I would actually achieve that, so that's cool. We're looking in my big coloring journal here. I haven't been doing my Charm It thing for a while, just because I have been just saving up so I can order more than just a couple, because to save on shipping. And so right here, in September, I earned 3 regular charms. In October, I earned 2 regular charms. So these are like custom charms I can pick. And mystery bags, I actually have 4, 5, 6, 7 that I could get. I'm not sure if I'll cash in on these or not. I'm kind of thinking about getting these Pop Mart little chibi characters that I saw on Amazon instead of ordering the last month's charms, and getting a full set of those little Pop Mart characters, because I love chibi and I would love to have the little collection of them. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that instead of using funds to buy more charms, but we will see. But that's kind of my Charm It rewards that I had been doing through the year. My completed pages tracker. So this is my October. I filled in all my boxes because I have 48 boxes in the thing, and I put a plus on the last one because I did 55, as you can see, and that is my full month compared to all my other months. And I did them Halloween colors just for fun. What I noticed when I was doing my completed pages, or when I was coloring for the month of October, all these months I would write it down when I'd complete something as I would complete it. But in October, I threw those rules out the window and I just colored. I didn't write anything down. I just pulled the book, colored it. If I had a Buddycolor, I had a notebook with the Buddycolors, just a regular like school notebook. I had those just written down, and I'd highlight the ones that I did as I did them. But I didn't write anything in here. I didn't write anything in this little guy. I just colored. And I noticed I got a lot more done with that process of just coloring what I felt when I felt it versus these previous months where I was like, okay, I'm concentrating, like I was planning. Like all these, I was like planning and planning and planning. But in the month of October, I didn't plan. I just went. I mean, in June, it was kind of like that, but definitely in October. Didn't get anything else done in my romantic country the second tale. This was supposed to be this year-long book that I thought, oh, I could complete this book in a year. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I'll tell you guys that. And my October, so these were the October hashtags that I was part of. I did the October breakdown prompts, and I broke it down as O for old picture. So you're supposed to color a picture using like black and white and grays, or using colors like sepia tones. Basically, if you look at an old vintage picture, say like in an old barbershop or something, or a scary house or haunted house or something, and you saw an old picture, it wouldn't have color to it. And so that was the thing I was trying to capture there. And C was for costume, just because of Halloween. And T I did for treasure. I color a picture with a treasure chest in it. And mainly I was just searching for something with T. And I knew some people were still doing those pirate hashtags, so I thought, well, maybe we could just do a treasure chest. And then, of course, Happy Halloween. And then I also did a color along with Sophie, and it was the God Save the Queen color along. It was basically in memory of the Queen, Queen Elizabeth. And we basically colored things that were the Queen's favorites, or things that represented London, or things that we thought of British and royalty and anything like that. And you could use this hashtag for this color along. So yeah, when I printed these off, I was planning on putting them this way. They ended up bigger than I thought, so instead of wasting more ink, I just glued them in like this. This is my October like coloring plans and goals. Right here, color without counting, like I discussed when I showed you my little completed pages tracker. October breakdown prompts. I have 4 pumpkins here. I got to color in each one of them because I did do all my breakdown prompts for October. Coloropoli rolls. I had 3 rolls. I only got 2 done. The one that I didn't do, and they're ghosts if you can't tell. The one I didn't do was the opposite hand challenge. So color with your non-dominant hand, an easy page. I just wasn't feeling like it, so I just didn't do it. And complete a coloring book. So I have a little Pluto sticker here because I did complete a coloring book. Color in hardbound book. And I have a little Mickey sticker here because I did do that as well. I have whips. So, oh, I guess I have Fantasy Season. I'll have to pull that one. I will show you those in just a minute. I have 3 whips that I never finished. Crittersville, Fright and Seek, Fantasy Season. I'm sure I spelled fright wrong, so forgive me there. And Fantasy Season. So I'll show you those before I show you the completed. I did do the cute and spooky tag as a YouTube video, so I did complete that. And the Buddycolors I accomplished, I wrote down right here. So it wasn't too much on that page front. Yeah, because I didn't feel very good, and so this wasn't my best spread. I just wanted to put something down. And as you can see, I still have a lot left for the rest of the year. I'm sure I'll do an end of the year stats type of thing. I know a lot of people use journals like this and can get through the whole journal in a year, but for some reason I don't. But there's my journals. Let me grab my whips. So, my whip in Crittersville coloring book. I really wanted to start this coloring in this because I hadn't colored in it, and it was just calling out to me one day when I was chatting with two of my fellow colorists, and I decided I'd start this page with the bears and their camping. And it's a marker base with pencils on the top. Some of it's just pencil in certain areas. Just depends where you're looking. But yeah, I got pretty far. All I have to do is this background area and color the bears. Usually coloring the figures are my favorite part. But I just kind of lost mojo and interest in coloring it. So yeah, it's just a whip, and it probably will be a whip until I feel like coloring it again. That happens. A whip is still a coloring page to me, even if I don't finish it right away, even if it stays a whip for a long time. It still is a coloring page. I enjoyed the process of coloring it while I was talking to my fellow colorists. So yeah, there's lots of cute pictures in this book. They're kind of detailed. And then I started this one, Fright. Yeah, I spelled Fright in my book wrong. I put an E. There was no E. Fright and Seek Spooky Search Color Mission. And this one I was coloring with crayons on a video on the Cute and Spooky tag, I believe. And I wanted to show that you could color something extremely detailed with crayons. And I started this one. So I didn't finish. I just got all the groundwork done and the trees, and all I really have to do here is the road, and then I can start coloring all the little critters and things like that. But basically I wanted to color to the point of, okay, I used all those colors, now I can move on to something else. And now that I've done that, I realize there's trees here and there's some trees right here. I'll have to go back and try to figure out this tree color frame, but I have my video, so I can always check that if I want to finish that. I do think that this book would be a really fun to take like Neo colors or something too, and just put a little bit of color here and there. It would take a while, but that's the point of this book, just to have fun and relax and enjoy the chaos. So those are those two whips. And then I was going to show you this whip. So this whip wasn't a whip for October. It was a whip in September, but I don't think I shared it with you. And I didn't get any farther, so I started this one, the mountaintop. And I colored this with Colorsoft pencils, Derwent Colorsofts. And I like how it was turning out, but I just lost steam, so I stopped coloring it. I usually tend to finish what I colored element-wise. That way, if I leave it for a long time and come back, I don't have to guess, okay, now what was I using? I can just continue with something different. So that's what this looked like. That's the laydown of the Derwent Colorsofts. And I was thinking about coloring in November. This one would be a really fun one to color because of Indians and teepees and all that stuff. Yeah, I think it would be really fun to color. But this is definitely a project page because it's a double page spread, and as you guys know, double page spreads take me a very, very long time, but this would be really cute completed. There's lots of fun November ones. I think that one's in November with the stamps. That one wouldn't be too bad to finish. And then it goes into December, and they have lots of cute December pages, which would be fun to color too. So this was the Fantasy Season coloring book. This is a Japanese coloring book. I don't see this on too many channels, but it is a really cute book. And you can get it on Amazon Japan. Now, just setting that aside. Alright. Starting with my small books here. I colored in Art Deco Disney book by Hatchet Heroes. I did 2 in here. I did this one. So this is Tiana from Princess and the Frog. And she kind of counts for my costume prompt because she's dressed up when she's like this. If you guys remember, she went to a costume party and dressed up like a princess. And her costume got ruined, so the her friend lended her the pretty princess costume, and that was right before she kissed the frog. I have acrylic paint pens, a little bit of Crayola Super Tips, Derwent Color Soft pencils, I think, and I think that some of this sparkle is gel pen, or maybe it's all acrylic paint marker. I think it's all paint markers. Her skin was the pencil. I can feel that. And this hair was Crayola Super Tips, and so was he. So that's how she came out. I wasn't too pleased on how smooth the skin was. I wish it could have been smoother, but it is what it is. And it's fun. It's cute. And then I also did this one. So Kathy and I wanted to do a buddy color, and I really wanted to do one in this book since I had it out. And I said, how about we do a Disney villain? So we agreed to do a Disney villain, and I decided to color Shere Khan. He's from Jungle Book, if you guys didn't know. And he's pretty much colored with Crayola Super Tips and pencils. And I also used acrylic paint markers. And this blue is gel crayon that I distressed around. And then I put acrylic paint marker on top of that to fill in the little like shapes and stuff. The one, the green for the leaves, it wasn't a very good marker. It left lots of weird streaks. So I just tried to take advantage of that and make it work, more or less. But yeah, you know who he is, and I think it looks good. I think this would be a fun one to finish, like to do all these different characters. This is the first time I've colored in it this month. So yeah, this is the Disney Art Deco. I have Les Petites Carrés. Yeah, that's the title. Basically, I call it my little fox book because it has foxes on the front. And I decided to do this one. And this one was for a Colorapoly prompt. And I needed to use new mediums. So what I did is I have actually colored this entire girl just with acrylic paint pens. And they were new ones to me. And then I used all gel pens on these leaves. And this was a different effect as well. I used different kinds of pencils with a gel pen technique. And these are Crayola Super Tips. But for the most part, it was acrylic paint pens. And then the background, I used the acrylic paint pen, and then I put on top of it, you see all that sparkle? I believe, yeah, this sparkle is one of the glitterific paints because it's not slick. I can feel the glitter risen up, so it's an acrylic glitter paint. Had to have been one of the ones that I got from Walmart. So, yeah, that's how she came out. I do like how this looks, the acrylic paint girl, because it actually took away all the line work, and it kind of reminds me of block style coloring. So I thought that was unique. And of course this counts for Color Your Horde because I had never colored in this book. So that is that one. Next one I have is Mein Rest de Europa by Rita Berman. And this one was a buddy color. This one was a buddy color with Megan from Disney Megs, and I also counted this one for my God Save the Queen hashtag, because it's in London and we have a crown here, so I just figured, yeah, I could count that as well. So this has a little bit of a distressed border around it. I think I did that with pastels. And I actually chose to sacrifice my page on the opposite side and use my alcohol markers to color this, just because I was, when you don't feel very good and stuff, but want to still complete it and make it look cute, sometimes you do that. So as you can see, I sacrificed this other side. Now if I do want to go back and color this page, I will just buy another one of these books. I don't mind sacrificing because this paper really does respond well to markers. I know some of you guys are like, oh, like death. I can't believe she'd sacrifice a page. But in a double-sided Rita Berman. But sometimes, you know, you really want to color with your markers, and that's what you're feeling. So that's what I was feeling, and I just went with it. So most likely I will just color this, or I will have this work to my advantage, and I may just use this page and put a piece of scrapbook paper and turn it into a journaling page and just color this side. So it's not a big deal. Do what you love. It's your coloring book. Color how you want to color. So I want to thank Megan for buddy coloring with me. I probably would have never chose this page on my own. So thank you, Megan. I did a page in Year of Witches by Usukiyu, and this one was a buddy color as well. So this one is a buddy color with Ashley's Coloring Journey. She chose this page, and we thought it would be fun to make one of the witches her and one of the witches me. If you didn't guess, I'm the one in the yellow hat because yellow is my favorite color. And her favorite color is teal, or like a turquoisey color, so that's why I did that. And she has cats, so she definitely would have the cat picture on her side, and this cat would be more towards her side because she like has cats. And oh, sorry, May, can you be quiet, please? Sorry, my daughter. And then this one has treasure chest in it, so it counts for my treasure chest prompt for October breakdown prompts. And I colored this with a variety of alcohol markers, gel pens, and permanent markers, and Stettler dual end permanent markers. I really had fun coloring this. There's a lot going on, but I just took it piece by piece, and I just had a lot of fun. And after I was all done, I tried to decide if I wanted to do a background, and I decided not to because there's so much going on this page. I didn't want to take away from the friendship and the look of this page. So I just left it without a background, and I like how it turned out, and I think it's cute. I want to thank Ashley for coloring this with me. So, and that was also for Color Your Hoard because I hadn't colored in it. Next one I have, so this is the 30 Days Countdown Halloween coloring book by Allison Freya. This is no longer in print on Amazon. They pulled it. I'm not exactly sure what happened. This is the one that I didn't want to show you in a haul because I kind of felt like if you liked it, you couldn't get it. But I did color in it because I had the book, and you know, I didn't want to not color in my book. And I started the countdown. So I did number 1, so we got a zombie hand, and we've got stickles on the bloody one. Yeah. And then number 2 was these girls, and they have a red balloon. Maybe they got it from Pennywise or something. Number 3, we have this one. It's kind of different. And number 4 was the Grim Reaper, and it has ghosts around it. And this is some kind of glitter gel pen. I don't think it's the Sparkle Pop. It's not as sparkly, so it probably was like a dollar store one. And there's some sparkle on his weapon. I can't even think what it's called. You know. So got that done, and I never got to number 5 because I was coloring so many other things. So I only got 4 done in this, but that's fine. And moving on, we have A Million Magical Creatures by Lulu Mayo. And I colored this one. So this one was a buddy color as well. And I think her name is Megan. Oh, I know her Instagram name, but I'm trying to think what. Yeah, I'm just gonna look. It's a reference. Megan Davis. Yeah. And on Instagram, we decided we'd pick 2 pages to color. And so we picked one in this book. And originally we chose a witch page, but I felt I had seen that page so much colored from other people. I was kind of not inspired to color it anymore. So I asked her if we could switch to this one, and she said yes. And of course I have a yellow dragon, and then I made a green dragon, and then I have stickles all over their wings, and their little ghosts and monsters right here. So yeah. And this is the first page I've ever colored in this book. So I'm glad to get something done. I think this is a really cute page too. I colored in Wee Wicked's coloring book. As you guys know, this was a color along I did for the month of October. And it was this one, this little voodoo doll guy. And it's marker base, and I put pencils on top. And in a video I showed you how I accomplished this look with the markers with the pencil on top. And there is some gel pen on here as well. I really like how he turned out. I like the colors, and these are all Halloween colors, and I love just the shading effects and everything. I think he turned out really cute. So there's my little voodoo guy. You can kind of see a little bit of the glitter, but he mostly is just pencil shading on top of markers. This is a very cute book. I did another Carla book, Belle Pipistrelle coloring book. And I did this one. And this one I just did on my own. No background. I don't know what I was thinking with the color palette. I think I just was pulling whatever I felt. Just getting a drink. Sorry, guys. And I really like how she came out. I do like the color palette. I like the roses and stuff. Something I discovered, there is a Sparkle Pop pen that's called Crazy Pop. And it looks gold, but it comes out as blue. And if you use that for spider webs, like I did on the gravestone, like if I lay it flat, it kind of looks kind of bluish gray. But if I kind of get it into the light, you can see the gold, which is really cool. So it's my new favorite pen to use for spider webs. And I bet it will be really fun to use for Christmas time and stuff. So if you have those Sparkle Pop Crazy Pops pens, they have different effects than the regular Sparkle Pop, but they're really fun to use. And so she's mostly just alcohol markers. Alcohol markers and gel pens. Next book I have here is Luna. So this one's by Maria Trolle, and this one, I'm actually surprised I finished this one and enjoyed the process of this. And it had been a while since I'd colored in one of these really nice books, and I did this one. So yeah, and it's pretty much pencils, and I stuck to an autumn color palette, and it was Derwent Color Softs. I have Distress background, of course, make it look more like a vintage piece of paper. And the leaves, I took inspiration by A Cluttered Life. I watched how she did some autumn leaves in one of her Maria Troll books, and I thought that was a really cool idea, so I tried doing the similar thing where you shade your pencils first and then you go on top of it with a yellow fine liner. And so I really enjoyed that process, and I really like the gradation. I think it worked out really well, and yeah, I think it turned out really pretty. I'm really happy I colored in this one. This got to be one of my favorites of the month. I'm so proud of myself for doing all pencil background. I don't do that very often. I usually steer clear, but I did do that. This whole part was all pencil. So yeah, proud of myself for achieving that. It's like I know I can do these things, but I tend to go the easier route because I don't know, time. But yeah, I can do it if I try. Next book I have is Sweet Doodle's Kawaii Coloring Book by Colored Carmel, and I did this one. So this is tea time. Basically, this was for the Queen's hashtag, and Queen, they think the Queen's favorite color was blue because she wore a lot of light blue in her reign, according to Google, so that's why I have blue. And then I have yellow because that's my favorite color, and tea time, obviously, the Queen loved tea time. And I think these are supposed to be Shiba Inu dogs. I'm sure I said that wrong, guys. But I wanted mine to be the Corgi dog. So mine are Corgis because the Queen has Corgis as her dogs. So yeah, I'm going to call these my teacup of Corgis. So yeah, for the Queen. Just a nice, silly, fun coloring page, which I really enjoyed coloring. Very cute. Alcohol markers, and there's a little bit of glitter gel pen, but not much. It's mostly just alcohol markers. Let me just maneuver here. My stacks are getting a little out of control, so get it a little more controlled. So the next book I have here is Aria Veil by Chroma, and I'm behind on the complete Aria Veil thing for Pixie, but I slowly will get them done. I did this one, which was the one for, I don't know, I think it was August or something. Yeah, I'm like way behind. Maybe this was the back to school one. Maybe it was September. I wanted mine to be different, so I did the rainbow scheme because this is not real life and it's just fun little characters. Yeah, so I made these all rainbow blocks, and I made these leaves rainbow, and it's pretty much just alcohol markers, a little bit of pencil work here and there, and permanent fine liner pens, and yeah, just rainbowy fun. And I'm trying to keep all my bunnies pink throughout this book because I want my bunny to be pink throughout the book. And I know there's a few that they are doing. Yeah, I'm way behind. I've only done 2 in this book, and I think they're on like number 5 or something. Yeah. Will I get to that? I'm not sure, but that's okay. At least it gets me coloring in that book. I colored in Cute and Spooky Coloring Book by Jade Summer. This was last year's release, and I colored this one. So I had a food prompt for Coloropoly, so I decided I'd do the pumpkin pie and the little devil pigs. Yeah, they're like, we're gonna get you. I remember when I colored this, I was watching the X-Files. Yeah. The pumpkin pie is very, very orangey. Yeah. it was fun. This is a really fun book to color in. And I didn't want my pigs to be too pink because they're devil pigs. So, yeah. There's gel pen on here as well. But there was, the only reason I colored it was for Coloropoly because of the food prompt. And I thought it would be fun to color in this book since I hadn't colored in it since last year. Next one I have is Halloween Special, and this is Color in Heaven magazine. This is a buddy color. I did a buddy color with T's World of Adult Coloring. She already showed hers, I believe, on her channel. And this is the number 14 is The Cabot of Curiosities by Zoe Sadler. And this was a long process, but I eventually got it done. And of course, T's was wonderful. It turned out beautiful. And this is one of those things that there's so much going on. It's hard to just take on that much just right away. So I had to do it shelf by shelf. I chose one color to be the background color so that it kind of synced everything in. But I basically worked on things shelf by shelf until I got it done. And this is how it came out. And I'm pretty pleased about it. There's a couple things that I would do a little differently, but for the most part, it's my bright, punchy style. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I want to thank T for coloring this with me. And both of us got out of our comfort zones, but really enjoyed the process. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. Next one I have here is Halloween Coloring Book for All Ages by Edwina McNamee. And I colored this one. Don't ask me what I was coloring it for. Maybe I just colored it for fun. I don't know. Very simple. This is just alcohol markers. A little bit of white gel pen. And I think there's some glitter gel pen on here. But it wasn't like anything massive of shading or anything. I kept this really simple. Maybe I didn't have very much time that day or something, but I really just wanted to complete something. So I just colored this one. And the kitty, when I colored his fur originally, it was really blotchy, so I did the technique where you use your colorless blender and you create little swirls throughout the whole thing. It gives this kind of textured look. And this technique I actually learned from Color Me Impressed. And she showed how to do that. That's Emily on Color Me Impressed. And I still use that technique almost every single month. Such a good suggestion. And yeah, that's how that one turned out. Next one I have here is Spooky Vibes Coloring Book. This is by Alexander Ferenczis. This one was a new one this year. And I did this one. So this one was really fun. I used my pastel markers and then I shaded with colored pencils on top, kind of the way the Enabling Colorist does. And then I decided I didn't want to fill in the entire background because I didn't want to waste my whole alcohol marker just on background. So I took a ruler and put in these lines, and then after I put in the lines, I used my pastels and I shaded around so it looked kind of like vintagey, which was kind of cool. I really like how she turned out. I love that she has yellow bunny and her eyes are really cool. My little witch girl. You can call it a costume if you want for the costume prompt, but for the most part I just colored her because I felt like coloring her. Basically I picked this book and just flipped through the pages and decided that's what I wanted to color. Sometimes that's the best way to color. Next one I have here is Spooky Girl, and this is by Coco Wayo. And I did this one. So this one was a buddy color with Megan Davis as well, and hers came out really cute. And mine, I just stuck, I don't know what I was thinking on the color scheme. Maybe I started with the roses and wanted her dress to match. I'm not sure, but this is how she kind of came out. It's basically just alcohol marker. I added a little bit of white gel pen here and there, but it didn't really need it. This book, you don't really need anything extra. You could just use alcohol markers and it turns out really nice. And I gave her blue hair because if you guys know, I like to do blue hair on my like chibis and stuff because blue represents autism awareness, and yeah, I have a thing about blue hair, so I wanted my girl to have blue hair. Yep. There's that one. Also counted as Color Your Hoard because I hadn't colored in it yet. Next one is Misfits, a nautical coloring book. This is by White Stag. I like White Stag. I like the Misfits books. I don't like all of them. Some of them are a little too creepy for me, but I just kind of do my thing and it works out. So I did this one, and this was for my prompt for October breakdown prompts, old picture. So this is what I was kind of going for with the whole old picture concept. You would see something like this framed in a scary house or in gloomy, or maybe in an old shop or something like that. Something that's lacking color. And so basically I took every single brown marker and pencil I had at my desk at the time and created this. And I really like it. I'm used to coloring bright, bold, punch-in-your-face colors, and this is totally the opposite of what I do. So this was really hard, but really rewarding in the end. I really enjoy how this came out, and it's something that I definitely want to continue to do more in the future. I think it was really fun. I even used like paint pens that were subtle and like cream instead of white for highlights, so that way it still kept with that dusty, dirty, gloomy look. So yeah, it was fun. Fun. Next one I have here is the Pumpkin Killer coloring book. Yeah. This one was a fast color. It was just a color. This is by Lainey Dow, and I did this one. Now, I don't know my slasher Halloween shows at all, so I'm sure this is a character that all you guys know, and I probably colored it totally wrong, but I just had fun with it. So I think it's a little kid, honestly, and all of these characters have pumpkin heads, but they're based off of horror films. And since I'm not a horror buff, I don't know them all. I did add glitter gel pen here and there. Now, when I opened up my red marker to color this balloon, it splattered on this page. So after I was done, I took out my stencil that kind of looks like water, and I kind of made it look like I intended to have blood splatters or whatever all over because of the initial splatterage of my alcohol marker. Yeah, it was fun, really easy to color, and very happy with how he turned out. Like I said, I don't know what film he is on. I'm sure I colored it not what the character's supposed to look like, but it was just a fun thing to color, and it was the Pumpkin Killer, perfect for Halloween if you're into that kind of thing. And then I have Nice Little Town Halloween, and this one was color along as well for the month of October, and we did this one. If I can get my sticker. So this one was a labor of love, but I got it done. I want to thank everyone that colored with me in my color alongs in October. I know I posted them a little late in the game, But those that did color their pages, I have to give you kudos. Getting them done and coloring with me and showing me support, I really appreciate it. I really like how in this page there's like a little bit of something going on in each part of this. Like, you could just crop this and this could be a scene. I mean, you could just crop this and this could be a scene. Like, there's like things going on, and that's what I like about Nice Little Town. Is even as a whole it looks like a really neat picture. But if you had to break it up in fours or even break it up even more, there's just little things going on, and I just think it's really neat. We have like slime, and we have some spooky pumpkins, and I think I watched the new Ghostbusters, the Afterlife one, when I was coloring this. And then I've used some different pastels here to give a little bit of a glow, because it was an after effect after I put markers down. So yeah, and I made these like paper bags instead of colorful bags. And she has the colors of Winifred Sanderson. So yeah, goes for Hocus Pocus color alongs. So that is that one. All right, so my final book is the one I completed, and I decided I would work on this every single day, and it's called 30 Days of Cute Witches, Color a Page a Day by May Yu. And I tried to color, at the beginning I was coloring it every day, like before school would start, while we were waiting for the bus or whatnot. And so yeah, I'm going to just... I did color my witches' hats in the front here. So day 1, here's my girl. Let me just see if we need to zoom up at all. Yeah, I think I'll zoom up a little so you guys can see my pages a little bit better. And there's a washi tape border, but for the most part, you'll just be able to see the little witches. This was day 2. Hold on, let me just have to zoom out just a tiny. I'll make it free in just a sec, okay? Okay, so day 3. Day 4, I really like this one. She has very autumn colors going on, and she's a black kitty. It's really cute. This one was when I added polka dots. I didn't want to color the full border because the whole point in this book was to literally do one a day and not worry about overly coloring. Just color just 5-10 minutes, half an hour, whatever. May, can you close my door so it's not so loud? This one I really like. I think she, sorry about that slam, guys. I think she kind of reminds me of Ariel because of her hair color. This one reminds me of Elsa. So she was Elsa inspired. This one kind of reminds me of Pikachu. She's Pikachu inspired because of the lightning bolt things. This one is inspired by Tangled or Rapunzel because of the long hair. I like how the little ghosts are coming out of her hat. This one was really cute. I like the purple hair on this one. And all of these have been colored with the same stuff. Just alcohol markers, permanent fine liners, and gel pens. This one, very Eastery. I wanted to give her orange hair like the carrot. This one I wanted to go for kind of like a rainbowy effect, but she kind of reminds me of Hermione. This one we have blues and purples, and I even made my flames purpley. She has green skin, like Elphaba. There's this girl. Her ghosts are yellow. This one. So, and I kind of tried to do an out-of-the-box thinking and gave her pink skin and orange. That's definitely not the color palette you see all the time. That's a unique thing. And then I made the clouds outlined with a pink, which is kind of fun. This one I think is fun and cute. Pinks and greens. It's kind of an evil one, but you get the idea. I think she's really pretty. Something about her reminds me of Bewitched. This one was a totally out-of-the-box color palette as well. Blues, greens. My teacup girl. This one I actually watched a Halloween show, and the little girl was dressed like a witch, and she looks like this girl. So yeah, just went off of that. And this is my fox-inspired witch. This one's inspired by the Cheshire Cat and, of course, Alice from Alice in Wonderland. This one I have a lot of fun with. It's inspired by Harley Quinn. Yeah. Didn't do her hair blonde because I made her hat yellow, but it's a half and half approach. This one's inspired by Elphaba, and I did her shoes red because we'll pretend she got the red slippers back from Dorothy. And we've got this one, Space Witch. And this one I was starting to get to the end. I was getting done. The background is like a pastel, and she's kind of mucky. I don't love it, but it's okay. The owl looks good. Yeah, this was number 29. And this is number 30, and this one's like, yeah. Jamie's done with this book, you can tell. But it's very unique, that's for sure. And then right here, congratulations on your gorgeous work. This book is completed by Jamie's Coloring Love, August 31st, 2022. And I colored this, obviously. So yeah, I completed a book, guys. Can you believe it? Let's give a minute for an applause. 30 days of cute witches. I do have the 30 days of chibis as well. I'm not going to try to attempt that one right now because I just did this one. But it's nice to know that I can eventually complete a book if I really put my mind to it. And even if you took these pages away, I colored 55. So if you took these pages away, I would have colored 25 pages for the month. And that's still a lot of pages for me, guys. Yeah. So anyway, that is my completed pages for October. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for my in and out voice. I was trying to catch my breath here and there. But yeah, that is what I did. And as for my whips, I may continue them, I may not. I mean, I kind of have these moments, at least since this summer, that I will start a page and I'll be feeling it, and then at a certain point, I'm not feeling it anymore, and I'm ready to move on. And so that happens to all of us. And if you ever start a page and you feel like you have to finish because you started it, don't ever feel pressured by a coloring book. I'm trying not to do that, and just color what you feel. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I will see you guys next time. Happy coloring, and have a great day. Bye, friends.